Anyway, we're back in the garage. We've got another project on the go. This is something I think everybody can do. You can save yourself some money by not paying the dealer, a Harley dealer, to do a stage 1 upgrade on your fuel system and exhaust system. The patient today is a brand new 2026 Street Glide 3 Trike Limited. This happens to be the Liberty Edition, which is a commemorative vehicle that Harley's done, I don't know, 2,500 units of in 3 different models to commemorate their 250 years of independence. And let's take a look at it now. There she is. So we've named her Betsy after Betsy Ross, you know, who made the first American, stitched up the first American flag. And it's part of the enthusiast collection is what they call it. This is the first project or, upgrade we're going to do to it, and that's a stage 1. So what is a stage 1? Well, first we've got to replace the Harley factory mufflers, and I've got them over there. We'll do an unboxing. We've got to tune the bike and put a high flow air filter on. So those are the 3 parts. We're not putting a full exhaust system on it. We're not decatting it. We're just going to put on nicer, bigger, louder, higher flow mufflers, and so more air in with a high flow intake and more air out with a higher flow muffler, less restrictive muffler. And then we'll use the Harley Davidson or Screamin Eagle Pro Super Tuner, and we'll put a can tune on it. And after that, once it's warm enough to ride, we'll go out and we'll do an auto tune and dial in the tune for this bike for my riding habits. Everywhere on the internet, it says that these mufflers are a bear to take off. Even the dealer said to me, well, you got to take the body off the bike. Nah, body's not coming off the bike. There's a way to get those mufflers off without, I haven't even looked underneath yet. So I'm going to check what kind of a detail job the dealer did before I picked up the bike. And you can see over there, there they are. We've opted for a Chromeworks slip-on muffler. This is a 4.5-inch diameter muffler. They're the Chromeworks HP Plus 450s, I think they call them. They're 4.5 inches in diameter, and they're a little bit bigger around than the stock muffler. The dealer was concerned that it would be a ground clearance issue, but fact of the matter is, if I'm not mistaken, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, a CVO muffler is 4.5 inches. So if a CVO could do it, then why not on Nick's trike? I believe the first step is to get these mufflers off. It's going to be the biggest project, and frankly, I don't know what kind of a hellstorm I'm in for. They say that getting the 2 nuts off the back, the 2 bolts off the back of this is tough, and you got to lift the body to get at them. I can't believe that. I think that there's a way to do it without. So we're going to take a look, and you and me are going underneath the bike for the first time together. So let's go. What we're after is those, that right there, that 1/2 inch. I don't know if you can see it at the top. It's way up there. That 1/2 inch bolt. That bolt there. And there's one in front. Let's see if it's easier to see underneath the bike. Yeah, see there's that clamp there has 2 1/2 inch bolts that got to come out. And I guess the issue is this back one. Can you get a wrench on it? I don't know. I think I can. So I'm going to take a longer 1/2 inch 12-point boxed in wrench, standard issue deal, and see if I can get this thing on with enough just to loosen it at least. Because once they're loose, it shouldn't be too hard to get out. I don't know how I'm going to film this and do it at the same time, but we'll give her a whirl. I can see what I'm doing. I heard some people say, well, you got to get on it and push the muffler forward. I just want to see if I can break these loose. Yeah, it's going to be hard to do. I'm going to need 2 hands with this with this. I'll let you know how I make out. Yeah, so laying on the floor, no big deal. All you have to do is use two hands. So I'm a right-handed wrencher. You take your left hand on the, we're talking about the left side pipe here. You take your left hand and you wrap it up and around. So you got a little finger so you can feel what's going on. Then you take your right hand with a wrench in it and you just do it by feel. And there's enough room to loosen them. It's not a problem. Lift the body. You got to be kidding me. No, that's not happening. Okay, so I've got them cracked loose. Next up is to get this 9/16 off of that. Zoom in here a little bit. That 9/16 is the front clamp. And we're going to loosen that as loose as I can get it. And then I'm going to take these things off and I'm going to wiggle this slip-on. I'm going to slip it off. Slip off the slip-on. And let's see how we do. So yeah, I got those loosened. They're slopping around here. Let me see. I'll show you. You can reach it from the back, no problem. But that clamp is sliding right around. In fact, it slid right off. So we're going to get these 1/2 inches out and then take this thing off. That was nothing. Absolutely nothing. In fact, if you can get one of these ratchet wrenches, 1/2 inch, that's got a like articulating end on it, you can get right on there and zip, zip, zip. Nothing to it. So all the talk that it's a hard thing to do, slide it forward, push it back, not needed. You need one of those. And you could do it with a regular box end. Just you got to, hold your tongue the right way. This gets right down in there, done. Those two slip-ons came off this whole rear end thing, which I was dreading. In fact, I thought I'd need to buy some ramps to even get it up higher. I bought some ramps, but fortunately, I can use them for oil changes or whatever. But you just get under there with that 1/2 inch wrench and a 9/16 socket, and those things slide right off. Now, the bike is new. So in that regard, slipping them off is easy. But we'll take the clamps, slide the clamps off right now, and we'll open up the new box of pipes, see what they look like. You probably know this, but I'll tell you anyway. These are the Chromeworks 4.5 HP Plus with the chrome muffler with a tracer tip. Okay, they make them with different tips. Here's the thing. Notice that it says 95 to 16 touring bikes, Evo and twin cam. Why is that? On newer touring models, the exhausts are different from left to right. So the one on the right side has a giant inlet, and the one on the left side is what's a normal inlet, let's say. That's on the new Milwaukee 8 motors. But on the trikes, even in 2026, they still use the same size inlet. I'm not exactly sure the diameter. I'm going to say 1.5 inches. But it's bigger on the right side pipe if it's a Milwaukee 8 motor. And a regular touring bike. Trike, the same. So this is the same as it would be if it was an old twin cam. And that's the muffler that you need. Anyway, when you go to the Chromeworks website, it says for those plus all trikes. And sure enough, they fit. So let's do an unboxing, shall we? And take a look at these new ones. Well, yeah, they're bigger diameter, all right. Let's do a comparison. Yeah, it's no joke. They are bigger, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. They're nice. I like those tips. Going on is the exact opposite of coming off. Slide them on, finger tight the rear bolts, put with the clamp, loosen it, get it straight. These mufflers are a touch shorter. They don't stick out as far, but that's okay. They look good. You can see they're just with those bolts lined up. You can see they're about 3/4 of an inch shorter at the neck. But it's no problem. You just find a spot you like and make sure that they're on far enough, and tighten the clamp and tighten the bolts and make sure they're straight and they're good to go.
Okay, here we go. I got the camera propped in such a manner that hopefully you can see something. We're going to grab this muffler and just slide it with the clamp on it, loose. It slides in all the way, no problem. And now I'm going to try and get those 1/2 inchers done up. And you can see they're not lining up, but this clamp moves back and forth. I'll move it back, prop this up. Okay, got those back two on there, holding it up. That should be tight now.
That's it. The slip-ons are on. So all that's left to do is to wipe them off. I've been wearing gloves, but even still, wipe any fingerprints and stuff that we have off them so it doesn't wreck the chrome. Not that you can see much of it, but they look good. Yeah, that's a robust looking exhaust. And I don't see as how the ground clearance is going to be that big a deal. They sound good. So the next step is to install a high flow air filter. There's a number of them available, and some of them are pretty expensive. Let me show you what I mean. So we go to the Harley Davidson parts catalog, and we can shop by Miss Betsy. And so this will pull up any part that will fit the bike. And we take a look at Screamin Eagle. And there are the new Vortex high flows. and they're 718 Canadian. And if you look way at the bottom, there's the wedges, chrome, and there's even now that's 718 as well. Then there's the old, I don't know, Evo style air cleaner, which I don't particularly like. It's more reasonably priced, $359. But there it is there, Screamin Eagle High Flow Air Filter, $196. And I'll be frank, that's the reason why I chose it. And now, is this actually flow more? Well, let's take a look. It says it provides 36 more airflow to the engine than the original equipment factor. That's the second bullet point. Then that's what I need. And it does say that it's part of stage 1. Installation instructions, sold in units, Screamin Eagle Stage upgrade, stage 1. 196 Canadian, not $720. So now that we've landed on the high flow filter that we're going to use, it's time to take a look at the box itself. This is it here. A nondescript box, part number 294-00494. Not much. So a really nice Screamin Eagle cover, kind of a carbon fiber thing. Let's see. This is the question. Do I want to peel the 117 with the red, white, and blue on it off, and put the Screamin Eagle on it? I don't know. I don't want to. I don't think so. I'm going to hang on to it. Maybe I'll change my mind. And some instructions and a filter. 3/16 Allen. That's what's going to get this off. Oh, nothing to that. We have to retain that spacer, this thing here, according to the instructions, and replace this filter. We'll compare the two filters in a minute. Oh, that's it. All right, so it comes off of there, and we have to keep this spacer. So let's take a look at the two filters. There's the original one. There's the Screamin Eagle one. It's quite a bit bigger. No taller, but quite a bit bigger. Well, that seems like to be the hardest part, is to get this aluminum sleeve out of here. I had to break these tabs. I mean, I won't be using that air filter again, so now let's insert it in here. Hope it goes in easier than it came out of that. Yeah, it just slides right in. Yeah, nothing to it. So the screw slides right through there. That all that sleeve does is keep the whole thing from collapsing, I suppose. Now I'll put the cover back on and tighten it up, and high flow is installed. It's a very tight seal, but more airflow, not $718. It's done. High flow installed. Nothing to it. That literally took, and I timed it, 14 minutes from start to finish, and that included some recording. So the easiest high flow I ever installed. One screw. The third and final stage for a stage 1 kit on a Harley Davidson is a Pro Street Tuner. Now, I'll show you the part number. I think it's the same in Canada and the United States, 4100-1141. This is going to plug right into the bike and stay in the bike with a piece of Velcro. And it's going to go right there behind that cover, which I'm about to show you. This is really called a BCI, a Bluetooth Communication Interface, and I can show it to you now. We can unbox this. Well, we get a Screamin Eagle sticker. That'll go with my Screamin Eagle airflow cover. It's right there. And there's instructions. But there's instructions, you have to download an app. That's really what the instructions are going to tell you. Yeah, it tells you nothing. So you get a nice sticker. That was worth, part of the 500 bucks. Once I unwrap this bag, it's not returnable, so it says. Huh. It's a little bit bigger than I thought, actually. I'd say it's about 1.5 inches this way, 3/4 of an inch this way, and 2¼ inches this way. It's a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna have to find some space. They said that it came with some sticky tape, two-way tape. That's what I saw online. I don't see none. What a jip, 500 bucks and you get no two-way tape. They never said I got a sticker, and I got a sticker for free. I don't know. All I know is I changed the intake, I changed the exhaust. I got to do something in order to keep your warranty valid. This is the tuner that you've got to use. And that's the one I'm going to do right now. Before we do any tuning, there's some prep work that has to happen. While it doesn't say it specifically anywhere, I think it's important you do it. First thing, and probably the most important thing, is that if we're going to be accessing or working on the ECM and L at all, we need to make sure that this bike is fully charged, which you can see by that tender down there, that it is fully charged. And I'm going to leave it on the tender the whole time. Now this is it says in the book you need a 5-amp tender. This is a 6-amp one. Got it from the Harley dealer. He said they're having really good luck with them. The customers really like them. Right now it's, plugged directly into the battery, and the bike is fully charged. But the minute I start, turning on the infotainment system and stuff like that, there's going to be a drain, a draw. And the last thing you want is the ECM running out of power in the middle of an update. Also, remember I said that was a Bluetooth BCI, Bluetooth Communications Interface. What we don't want, I'll be using an Apple iPhone to do this, and what we don't want is any Bluetooth conflicts. Anyway, I reset it so that it's completely forgotten everything. Because what I don't want is my phone trying to communicate with the bike while it's trying to communicate with the Super Tuner, the Pro Street Tuner. Sorry, it's not a Pro Super Tuner anymore. It's called the Screamin Eagle Pro Street Tuner. So those were the preparatory steps. Small, maybe, not necessary, maybe, but I don't want to take any chances. So the next thing we need to do is search for the app and get it downloaded onto our iPhone. So we'll go to the App Store. We'll search for Harley. Let's see what we come up with. We'll search for Screamin Eagle Street Tuner. That's the app. There it is, so we'll download it. Doesn't take long, it's pretty small. Very nice. And, okay, we'll get out of here. Just want to see where I put it. Yeah, put it on my desktop. So there it is. Guess we could open it, see what it looks like. We're going to allow Bluetooth connections, and there you have it. So the app's ready. Now let's go to the bike. Okay, so let's take this cover off. Careful, easy. Just 4 pegs. So this is the red plug that we need behind the cover, and I've got the SE tuner in my hand, and we'll just unclip it, and this will only go in one way. So it's clipped in. Now, not exactly sure where I'm going to put it, but we'll have to find a spot at one point. Now it's not powered up, so let's do that. So we turned on the ignition, and the Harley Davidson is popping up, and it says that you should shut the radio off. Go to the music button. Maybe bike. Yeah, go to the bike thing. Infotainment off. All right, so at this point, you see a blinking light. So we know it's got power, and we know the battery is being charged. Let's go to the app. There's the app. We'll go to tune. And that's the guy. There's a firmware update. So yes, this could take 10 minutes. Oh boy. That's why you need the bike being charged the whole time. That took about 3 minutes actually, so not as long as I thought. So it's done. Okay, so it's connected. You can see up here there's a green light, and we're ready to try and put a tune into this thing, pre-authorized one. And there's only one available. It's a standard tune, VVT, stage 1. Let's see what the description says. 26 trike. With this calibration. Keep your phone nearby. Okay. Yeah, it says turn off the radio. I already did that. So this is your motorcycle will be programmed with the final calibration. Once program complete, tap the program button. Did it. Here's the ECM. Tap to fuel reset to 100%. Please turn the ignition off and then back on, but don't start. Okay, we can do that. It's off. Programming in progress. Don't touch anything. I'm not gonna. Programming complete. Before continuing, you must turn off the vehicle. Wait 20 seconds. Okay, turn it off. Okay, it's been 20 seconds. And let's turn the bike back on. And it closed. So I used a little piece of, two-way tape and just stuck the tuner on the side of the ECM. And now I'll put the cover back on, and we are done. All right, so let's just check things again. We'll open the app, and it's not connected. We'll turn the bike to the on position. Now that the cover is back on. And we'll go to tune and connect to BCI. There, it found it. And I just want to go into the gauges and check and make sure I've got the right tune loaded, that it actually took the tune. We'll go to next. So there's the name of the tunes. A4100 1826. Components, an SE air cleaner. Let's just go and see in Toolbox, vehicle configuration. And there it is, vehicle information, the serial number, and 4100 1826. So that's the calibration it's running right now. Yeah, so it's all buttoned up. The street tuner is inside, always on, and we'll just shut the bike down and let it charge. I'll go through the process now of repairing my phone and things to it, and we should be good to go. So there you have it. Stage 1 is complete. Wasn't hard. Install the pipes, install the airflow, which was really easy, and then do the tune, which you just saw, which is no big deal. Anybody could do this. I don't think you need to take it to the Harley store to have it done. It was very easy. Didn't take a lot of time, and you're upgrading your bike to make it sound more like a Harley. So as I've said before, if I can do it, you can do it too.